The AGOA, or U.S. African Growth and Opportunity Act, has been such a hit. A good number of African businesses are pleading for an early renewal so certain countries from the sub-Sahara region can have duty-free access to U.S. markets. VOA's Vicky Stark reports.
Here at Kunye Farms Packhouse in the Western Cape province, Ziani Kotwano knows he's lucky to have a job in the citrus industry. He started living and working here after he ran out of funds to complete his studies in human resources management. So now, come payday, Kotwano sends money home for his son's education.
I want to work hard, I mean like harder, so that he can have a bright future. He can build his life the way he wants to build it, because mostly some of us, we didn't have that choice.
The Independent Agricultural Business Chamber's CEO, Theo Boshoff, says jobs like Ziani's are available thanks to the duty-free access to the U.S. market provided by the African Growth and Opportunity Act, or AGOA.
More than half of agricultural, of our sector's GDP in value terms gets exported. In the horticultural sector, it's significantly more than that, upwards of 70% that gets exported.
He says South Africa's citrus exports to the U.S. is an AGOA success story.
So we are, on the back of certain trade agreements, such as AGOA, such as the partnership agreement with the EU, we have seen massive plantings in the last 10 years. Many of those are trees and orchards that have been planted are not yet in fruit, bearing fruit, which means there are additional volumes coming.
Boshoff says this translates into jobs. South Africa, with a population of over 60 million people, has an official unemployment rate of over 30%. He says 1.4 million people are currently employed in the primary and secondary agricultural sectors.
Within agriculture, if you look at the industries such as the horticultural sector, the sugar industry, the wine industry, where that accounts, for between them more than half of agricultural employment. These are also the critical sectors that export, especially to the US.
The Agricultural Chamber has stressed the importance of AGOA for South Africa's rural communities and asked the US government to renew the act well before the September 2025 deadline. It says this will give more certainty to buyers and investors. The Agricultural Chamber says South Africa exports roughly $12.8 billion worth of agricultural and agro-processed products annually. Vicky Stark, VOA News, Cape Town, South Africa.